Hi guys, it's Hugo and welcome back to another video. Today I'll bring you my review for Down Comes the Night by Allison Saft. This is a new release that comes out in the 2nd of March. I was grateful given an e-arc on NetGalley, so I want to thank NetGalley and the publisher for allowing me to read this book and to give you my honest review on this new book. Down Comes the Night is a new fantasy gothic with politics and mysteries all together in one amazing book. We follow a main character who is Ran. She's a healer. She possesses magic that can heal. For all her life, Ran has been told that she's very weak to be a part of the Royal Guard because she's very emotional, she is very compelling, she's very lovely, and she doesn't have that cold heart and cold blood that it needs to be a part of the military. After she's been thrown away for everything, she accepted a job in Cernos by this lord who is trying to help his servant because everyone is failing heal. So against everything and against her queen wishes, she goes to Cernos to try to help this lord, and also because Cernos is becoming neutral in this war and he promised help if Ren helps. When she arrives to his house, the house is very much gothic vibes, very dark with very creepy sounds, very creepy atmosphere, very snowy. I really enjoy that part. She discovers that the patient she has to heal is an enemy of states, is Hal Cavendish and Reaper of Vespria, one of the most deadliest person who lives in Vespria. And she's conflicted because if she helps him, she becomes a traitor, but also she gains the possibility to earn a trust of Cernos and helping this war to end. During the book, everything is going to change and there's going to be a lot of introspective and growing for the characters, which I really enjoy. And I cannot say much without saying spoilers, but it's a really interesting book. I think the plot, it's not amazingly, it's not everything's very different. No, it follows the common tropes for fantasy. I didn't expect many plot twists, even though when you see something happen, I was like, yeah, I can work with that. But, well, we cannot always be amazed with plot twists. Sometimes people say it's a cliche, but it's not. It's the normal standard. You have to have a villain anywhere, and you have to have the good person and everything which comes with that. But I think the story is very interesting and very captivating. The magic system involves the use of this magic that some people possess, and it's genetic. This magic also combines with science, so it's a magic science system, which I really enjoy it. It has a lot of explanation of chemistry, of biological and anatomical level. It's very interesting on that point, and the magic system is very well explained how it worked. Basically it's a second flow of energy, like more or less like the Shi, but imagine you have your blood, but you have another network with Foyles, which is the name of the magic fluid, follows and goes through your body. I found it very interesting. The magic also, it's different from people to people. There are persons who can change density of the bones, who can hurt other people with their eyes. Ren can heal, has the healing touch. So there's a lot of different types of magic and different systems in the same system, which is very interesting. And the way it's explained by being genetic, it was really good. And comparing to other books that I read recently, Kingdom of the Wicked, I found this was much more explained. It has context, it has an explanation, and it has a reason, and has rules that are set since the beginning and during the story, so we can understand better this system, and that I found very interesting. The part when the magic is connected to the science was also very interesting to watch, because usually we have this clash between magic and science, and this we can see that can work together, and it was very interesting to know that. The characters itself are very peculiar. We have Ren, who is very emotional, and when I say emotional, it's not like she's always crying, but she feels much your pain, and she's very relatable, but she also is not fitable to the army. We have Carl, who grew in a society where there's only war, and how he was prepared to be in war, to be a warlord and to use his gift as a weapon, but grew to understand there is much more than the war, and that grow. And then later in the book we'll learn that one character will clash with him and with the ideas and show the different side, that is only believing it what the power and the supreme ruler says is the only truth, and don't believe in other people or in other perspectives. And I found that really interesting because it shows the two different dynamics of what can happen when you grow in a world or in a country like that. You are formatted to think that they are always right, they are enemies, they are wrong, we are right, and that clash and that conflict, it's very interesting to see, because when you open your mind and your eyes, you understand, no, maybe what they say, it's not correct or it's not right, and we should not think about that. There's the dynamic between all the characters that we have and all the main nucleus. It's very interesting, it's very intriguing to see how they work and how they connect and how they work and how they deal with each other's different perspectives and different personalities. I really enjoy when it's not just that two extremes, that can be much more in that, so much, and they are multi-dimensional characters. I enjoy that a lot, especially with our antagonists. They are really interesting to understand them. Allison Saft's writing style, it's very interesting. It's written on the third person, which I've been growing to like a little bit more now, because it gives you an idea of what the characters are feeling without being inside their heads, which give you also an outside perspective and not so deep, inclusive, which is also very interesting in this type of books, because you're not only focused on that perspective and gives you another ones. I really enjoy that type of idea to get. Also, the writing style is I really enjoy it. It's very captivating. It's very fluid. The descriptions give you an exact idea of how the house is built, how the scenarios, how the travel zones are. Everything that she describes, it's very much ingrained and you can get a full picture. And I didn't find it exhausting, which is the thing that I typically find sometimes with some authors cannot do a description without being like a page long. And in this case, the descriptions were on point to be imagined by us readers, but not as boring or as long as we don't want them to be. That was really good. Yeah, overall the book is very enjoyable. The characters are really interesting to follow. The plot is, I think, if you like a plot with a lot of politics involved, where it's more about politics and war, where it's a political war, that is really a book for you, because all about this book is about politics, is about forging alliances, trying to go against an enemy. And that's why I like it, because not everything is black and white, and when you forge an alliance you have to be very careful and maybe investigate a little bit why and who you are doing an alliance with. And I could recommend it more. I'll give it 5 stars. It's not the biggest by 5 stars, but it's a 5-star book, definitely, comparing to other YA books, because this is a YA. It really is an up to the normal tropes, and although it has some cliches of fantasy tropes, but I really enjoy it. I think it was a very fascinating read. The world is amazing. The world building, it's very good for a YA, which I found sometimes hard to find it. And the vibes of the gothic house is there on point. It's not too much, so I don't think I will consider it gothic, but it's gothic enough for a starter. So guys, these were my review for Dawn Comes the Night by Allison Saft. Tell me in the comments if you are excited by this one, if you are in your radar, if I put him in your TBR with this review. I post videos every Tuesday, Thursdays and Saturdays, so I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.